Alright YouTube, it's your boys Yuxus and we're back here on the channel, and today I'm going to be going over Super Awakenings. Now, what is Super Awakenings? Super Awakenings is awakenings beyond Super Awakenings, or awakening, whatever you want to call it, but it's beyond awakenings, right? Which is 6 stars, and obviously with Super Awakening that goes from 6 to 10 stars. Now, how Super Awakenings works, you need ultimate dupes for a unit to max them out, which is 4 currently. But you could get every unit to Super Awaken 1, because every unit has a 1 out of 6 for their ultimate gauge. So I'm just going to be talking about units that I recommend you do Super Awaken them when Super Awakening does come out and you want to choose. But that's what that is, right? Make sure you guys subscribe, like, share, and comment if I haven't already said that. Hey guys, get us to 400 subscribers so we can unlock a giveaway. So first, we're starting off with Derriere. Derriere is like she's very close to global, right? She's like gonna come in any one of these weeks now. We don't know when, probably in 2 weeks or 1 week. I'm calling it now 2 weeks when Final Boss Demon Meliodas comes out. But yeah, she's somebody you definitely want to give Super Awakens, because if you look at her passive, she increases attack by 10% when the hero uses skill, and of course it goes away when she does not use a card. So if somebody has Petrify or Stun and you don't have a cleanse, you're doomed, basically. Or if you don't get a card for her, you're doomed. And yeah, it works for both skills. So if you use a rank 1 skill or rank 2 skill, you're good. Mainly people run her with Gulther, but we'll talk about that when she comes out. She's not on global, and she's not gonna come to global anytime soon, which is Green Easton, my favorite original character in the game, if not my favorite character in the game, or I should say favorite waifu character in the game, right? She is insanely good, right? She increases all allies pierce rate, crit chance, and crit damage by 5% per debuff on an enemy. Limit 8 times, applies when entering battle. Battle? No, entering battle. If you look at her first card, it inflicts weak point, which is times 3 damage against debuffed enemies. But wait. Her second skill is a full debuff, right? It disables recovery skills on all enemies for 2 turns. Oh, 2 turns, I didn't even know that. And then rank 2, it does recovery skills and prevent them from getting an ultimate gauge. And then rank 3, it's the same thing as rank 2, but also decreases their attack by 20%. So by doing this to all allies, you get about like 9 debuffs. You're basically max here. So you get 40% pierce rate, crit chance, crit damage, rank 3. This is very possible with Gulther. So she's definitely somebody. She completely changed the meta. This girl stopped the team that made almost 50% of the JP community quit, right? So she's definitely a unit. I'll talk about her when she comes out, right? Green Escanor, obviously, you guys know his damage. He removes buffs and debuffs when he becomes immune after he gets completely filled ultimate gauges. You know his damage. Let's not talk. Like, you guys know. If you already know. But if you had to choose between Green Escanor and Red Escanor, who's our next unit, I recommend going after Red Escanor, because Red Escanor, when he gets Super Awakens, this amplified thing basically means nothing. He basically does, when he's Super Awakening, he basically does what he would do with a rank 3 full amplify, but without buffs. It's insane. He just hits super hard. So this is definitely a unit you want to give Super Awakenings to if you have him. Definitely, he's like should be your first choice, or one of your first choice, top 3 maybe. He's somebody you definitely need to Super Awaken. Esterosa. Because of Esterosa's counter, he's definitely somebody you are going to want to Super Awaken. His damage will insanely jump on rank 1 with Super Awakens. So, and he's a coin shop unit. So by the time Super Awakening comes out, which could be anytime soon, I feel like it's going to come out with Lost Way Meliodas, because the Tower of Trials is already in the game. You shouldn't, I mean, if you have coins, then you might have it 4-6 or 6-6, I don't know. But yeah, this is definitely the unit you want to Super Awaken. Now the next unit is a unit you're never going to guess or think of, but this is more for pay to play. Green Fragrant. Now if you guys don't know, this guy is garbage. But if you put a lot of money into this guy, he is insanely good, because his commandment is enemy heroes who have lower CC, then Fragrant will not gain ultimate gauge orbs for 2 turns. And this cannot be cleansed. I'm pretty sure this cannot be cleansed. Now, why is this guy good when you give him Super Awakenings? Because he also extorts damage, which decreases the target stats and increases the own by the same amount, which is basic stats, I'm pretty sure, or attack and defense related. No, it's basic stats. Right, he also removes buffs and cancels stances and buffs. Right, he's pretty decent. Right, his cards don't hit as hard, but with Super Awakening, it will definitely hit hard. As you see, his stats are over the charts if he's maxed. Gulthur is the next unit. Obviously, Gulthur is a unit you definitely want to max out completely. He doesn't do as much damage, but if you guys can get Gulthur's ultimate 6 out of 6 at Super Awaken, he can legit one-shot your entire field, turn 2 whenever he has his ult. He can legit just turn, one-shot. He hits hard. He hits hard. With King, he hits hard. I'm telling you. Right? His Super Awakening does not apply to his rank up card or his... I mean, I guess you could say his AoE will do a bit more damage, but in terms of his ult, that's where you want to Super Awaken him, right, for Alt Rush. Next unit we have is also on Alt Rush, King. King will hit hard in general because he does buff himself up by 8% for basic stats, and then his Petrify, even rank 1, which is not the Petrify, would hit very hard, and then again, his ultimate hits like a truck, with it inflicts shatters, which ignores resistance, so they're legit going to take the full damage. Basically, right? That's what it basically is, right? So he's definitely somebody you should have him 4-6 by the time Super Awakening comes out. Actually, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys should have him 4-6 now. I have him 2-6. The next time he does come in the shop, I will buy him again, so I'll have him 3-6. And then when I get him 4-6, he'll be one of the units I max Super Awaken, right? Now, the next unit is also King, but Red King. Why you want to max him out is mainly because he's usually in the back for Pen Team or any other team just to stop Pen Team. The only issue is he doesn't do as much damage as he could. He does hit hard. What are with these ads? Oh, this is coming to Nintendo Switch. I'm gonna look at this. Anyways, what was that? Okay, yeah, so he doesn't do as much damage, but with Super Awakening, he could do extreme amounts of damage. So he's definitely somebody you want to look into. I don't recommend him being your first choice to max Super Awaken, but he's definitely a unit you want to look into before deciding to Super Awaken him, right? He does Explode, which does basically damage right after. So if he hits for 48k turn 1, after the turn ends for the enemy, he would hit 48k again. It's basically like a damage over time, you could say. And that's what Explode is. And then he disables recovery skills to all allies to rank 2. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. Lilia, obviously, her pierce rate would get increased, buffing her passive, which increases all allies' pierce rate by the value of equal pierce rate by 50%. So by her pierce rate by 50%, it will cut hers down by 50%. So with the Super Awakening, she would get a way bigger buff, way bigger buff when it comes to pierce rate, right? Which also brings us to our next unit, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it does, which is Demon Meliodas. Inflicts pierce damage, which is times 3 pierce. His pierce rate is already over the charts. I mean, it says 40 here, but it's pretty good, right? With Lilia and him Super Awaken, his pierce rate would just be over. He legit just one-shot you. No joke. He would one-shot you with a rank 1. He would one-shot you. So he is definitely somebody, if you don't have him, or if you do have him, he's definitely somebody you want to work on. Because even with Red King in the back, he would still one-shot, basically. That's how strong he is when you get Super Awakening. Even without Super Awakening, if you build his gear right, he will still one-shot, right? I've seen it happen before. I've seen it happen many of times, actually. And yeah, he also has his Corrosion. It won't do anything else to you. It will just do what it does. It doesn't affect or anything like that. Weak point, obviously, this would be way more higher, right? Because of his stats, right? Obviously. Next, we have Lost Vein Meliodas. Now, obviously, this is the unit. If you guys don't know, you guys probably heard me mention this many times, but I'm skipping banners. I'm saving every single gem I get for this guy's banner, so I could have him 4-6 minimum. You guys probably heard me say that 1,200 times. I want this guy 4 out of 6, so I can max Super Awaken him when he does come out. And if Super Awakening is out during that time, he fills ultimate gauge orb by 1 or 2, so you could get his ult turn 1 if you get lucky with RNG. Then his AoE inflicts charge. It's just he's so nasty. he is like, bro, if you guys are global players and you don't know how nasty Lost Flame Meliodas is, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know how you're playing the game. I don't know what to tell you. This guy is a beast. I'm telling you, he slaps. He just demolishes, right? Now, the last unit we have here that I could think of is Green Merlin. She's definitely somebody you also want to, I guess you could say, give Super Awakenings, but like just like Red King, she's a unit you probably want to look into more before actually giving her Super Awakenings, mainly because her skills are just to remove, she's mainly to remove ult gauge and shield, but actually on rank 1 with Super Awakening she does hit a lot harder than she does right now, so she's somebody you definitely want to look into, same as her ult, right? And her passive won't be affected by Super Awakening, and yeah. So those are all the units that I can think of now. We have Ludociel here. I don't recommend you summoning on his banner because he's garbage, but he is somebody you probably might want to Super Awaken, mainly because of his passive, and then his grace is perfect for like support, right? It's just good. Arthur again, maybe for mono red, right? Those are really it. Tank Diane for sure. I didn't mention her, but Tank Diane, she also taunts enemy, creating a barrier, and her Super Awakening will give her more defense, so it will just keep her more alive, right? It will keep them taunting her, or it will keep her taunting the enemies and all that stuff, keeping you alive much longer. And yeah, those are really all the units that I can think of here. Let me know if I missed a unit that you guys plan on max Super Awakening. Not max Super Awakening, but Super Awaken, because Super Awakening coins, not that they're not like very valuable, but it's like, you know, choosy, picky, whatever you want to call it. Like, you have to choose, you have to use your brain to, you know, you guys will see when it comes out. But again, let me know in the comments who you guys would max Super Awaken, or Super Awaken in general, who's your first choice and all that stuff. To be honest, my first choice is probably going to be King, if it does come up before Lost Flame Meliodas. If not, then it will be Lost Flame Meliodas, right? Then King. But yeah, I'm Zioxis. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, share, and comment. I'll see you guys in the next one. And again, 400 subscribers to unlock the giveaway. And we are out. Peace.